Hello and welcome to episode 352 of the Drive the Green podcast. I'm your host, Matty B, joined in Studio K by Knoop and Bronel. Harv is back on the slinging fertilizer at the farm crop production show this week.
You mean drinking?
He's wasted right now.
Yeah.
He said he'd call in, but I think in the interest of time and just coherence, we figured we better not call him. On this episode, though, we're going to recap Nick Taylor, Mr. Playoff. Don't let this guy sniff a playoff because he will win it at the Sony Open in Hawaii. I was able to watch most of the back nine of the final round, so in between playoff football. So very good. You know, if he's sniffing around, plus the leaders were jockeying back and forth, so it was a very good tournament. Funny that neither of them were in the playoff, but we'll get to that as we get into it. We're also going to recap week one of the TGL last week. And I will say it's going to get a lot more talk than the Live ever would on this show because I'm all in.
We'll see what lasts longer.
Yeah, we will. Well, the Live won't be a thing anymore because it'll just be part of the PGA Tour at some point.
Fair.
So we're going to talk about that. Bronel has obviously put together the script this week. Thanks, Bronel.
Why, obviously?
Because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and you know
And we know
Knoop's
Knoop's not doing it.
Nope.
So by default, Bronel set up the script, so I'm sure it'll be short.
I got a good making the cut today, too.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
excited for that. And
tough.
and how much news we got?
Not much.
Not much
So,
news. So maybe a quick pod, but we'll see what the TGL talk has in store for us.
Yeah.
Lots of things to talk about there. Before we get started, we want to thank our sponsors, Player Golf, PLYRGolf.com. Use the promo code DriveTheGreen for 20% off your order. For those of you watching on YouTube, you'll see I have the sweater I wanted, the black with the pink highlight player hockey. I wore it to my daughter's hockey game on Friday night.
Yeah, you're at
Friday
the Warrior
night.
game with it on, too. Yep.
Yeah, Warrior game, and then I went to the hockey rink, and 3 different people said, wow, that is a very nice sweater.
Good.
And 2 of which play in the Labor Day Classic, so I think they're probably going to add it to their upcoming player order for this year.
Yep.
So if you haven't checked out the player hockey stuff, you can still use the promo code on that. It's not just for golf, so use that promo code DriveTheGreen for 20% off your order. We're also members of the Callaway family. I brought my Opus wedge to throw on the old studio table today. Knoop's got the Elite driver head off, and I mean, it's definitely got the epic flash feel with that green on there,
It really does.
which looks fantastic. That all black Opus wedge, though, what do you guys think?
Pretty
Knoop,
sick.
it's hard.
It's not bad at all.
It's all black, so I am gonna pull the wrong one. You know what I mean now? Hey, it's hard to see. It's
I
hard
would-
to see the number.
I would be paint filling that
Yeah.
in the winter,
Yeah.
for sure.
It is tough to read, but I think that almost adds a little bit extra to it. So
Only
thanks,
had a
Callaway.
black shaft in there.
Black shaft would look pretty nice. They make black shafts?
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn, missed it.
Speaking of Callaway, 50 players were using Odyssey putters at the Sony Open this weekend, and that's 2 for 2 winners on tour this year using Odyssey. So
Yeah,
It's a good start.
it's a no-brainer. It really is.
No.
I can't wait till
Yeah.
we get ours.
Most used putter in both tournaments.
and there was one. The winner had an Odyssey for both tournaments.
Nick Taylor's a
No.
tailor-made guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay.
It's
We-
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we can cut that
Sorry.
out.
Don't worry about it.
Most used putter.
All right, bro.
When he
That's
said
why
it, I was
correct you.
like,
I'm
when he said it, I was like,
no.
well, that's kind of weird for
was
him
that
to have an
that
Odyssey
stupid
putter.
insect putter that they have? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that looks
It
like
is.
Jesus fish or whatever. What's
The
that
first
called?
one. Yes.
Yeah, it sucks.
We're also slugging back lawnmowers again tonight, Bronel and I. I walked a ton of kilometers, as we'll get to in in my week. So I got some banked up.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a bank.
I'm gonna need a bank,
need a
so I'm
bank.
walking like crazy. My wife and I, right before the show tonight, went on a nice 3K walk. Bank 1 beer for that. It's funny because as I'm walking, I'm thinking about how many beer I get to drink.
Oh, 1
as a
kilometer,
result
there's
of
a
this.
third of a beer.
Third of a
There
beer,
We go.
yeah.
Oh,
Is that a blocked kick? Nope. So we're watching the Monday Nighter as we always do. This will be the last time we get to watch football while taping the show.
National championship next week.
Yep. Sorry, one more week. And last but not least, we're proud members of the Mecklenburg Financial Group family. So reach out to Rich and the boys for all your. How did you not block that?
Howdy.
For all of your personal finance, business finance, business group plans, life insurance needs. This is my weekly reminder to get back to Rich about my life insurance. So any needs that you have, reach out to them. They can look after you. Wayne's a good dude. Rich and Zach and the rest of the group, Mark, they're all great guys. So
Rich has got to
There
be
you-
happy about the player hockey stuff. He's a big hockey guy.
yeah, so I think
Yeah.
I think Mecklenburg will have their stuff, that logo slapped on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that
Mark-
was the misleading part. That's 2 for 2 in 2025.
Number one putters, 2 for 2.
Yeah, but it was 2 for 2 having the most in play.
Yes.
Yes.
That's fair.
I knew what it meant.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you said it, I was like,
Yeah.
that's not right.
Which is still impressive because
Yeah, very.
I mean, there's a reason why it's being used the most.
Yeah,
'cause it's
yeah,
the best.
absolutely. Okay, let's start at the far end of the table on weeks. Bronel, you can go first.
Yeah, I mean, bit of a sad week for us. We put our
Yep.
13-year-old golden retriever down on Thursday, so that was, I mean, a rough week altogether.
I was thinking, are you guys okay with a 10-minute 10-second moment
10
of
minutes?
silence? 10-second
bit dead
moment of
air.
silence for Rudy?
I mean, we can go 10 seconds.
10
for sure.
seconds, all right.
All right.
Yeah. That's probably 10. That's good.
That was 5
Yeah.
seconds. Yeah, it's 5 seconds. R.I.P. Rudy. We will miss
one
Rudy.
of a kind dog for sure.
Yeah,
I don't
we
think
will-
we'll ever have another dog like that. Just lived the life. He had the greatest life. He slept in our bed. He went out to my parents' acreage half the time and
Yep.
ran around out there and just ate everything he wanted. And just-
Yep.
yeah.
And like I say, Studio B is our home in the summertime. So when we would get there and old Rudy would be in the backyard just
Yep.
slugging away, saying hi to us, we'll miss that. And like I say, I went through it a year and a half ago, and it is one of the hardest things out there. So
You're losing a member of your family for
yeah,
sure.
So it's tough.
I know Canoop probably would put his dog down tomorrow if he had a choice, but
No, I'm not that bad of a
You're
human,
starting to like
but
it
I
now?
would give the dog away tomorrow. Yeah.
still I mean, it still barks at me every time I come over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, she means well. She just thinks you're here to rob us. So
If I can, so I don't know. I think you guys are probably going to get another golden here soon, but I will say
Cooper wants to rescue one, so
Yeah,
we'll
so
see.
we've
Hey, you can rescue one from here.
So we went about a year without a dog, and now we got the new dog. And I mean, we'll get over that hump, but it is still in that comparing it to the old dog. But you
Yeah.
compare it to the
Oh,
the
yeah.
last 5-10 years of that dog when
Yeah.
it actually listened, and you got this dog that doesn't listen all that well. It's just like, I really want my other dog back.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Yeah.
they take time to be a member of your family, especially
For sure.
like we adopted this one, so it's 2
Yeah.
years old. So it's like it's got bad habits, all
Mm.
this stuff. Slowly warming up, and I mean, starting to show signs of love, but.
We're definitely
We'll
going to
get
get
back
another
there.
golden retriever again in our life, but we might go another different dog first,
Yeah.
and then I mean, my youngest wants a cat, and my wife wants a cat, so we might get dog and cat at the same time, which is going to suck. 'cause
Oh
I
yeah,
hate
that's
cats.
gonna stink. Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
I like.
Good for you.
There's one cat in the world that I like. It's my sister-in-law's cat, and if we could get that cat, I'd be fine. But that's the only one I like, and she
So
won't give it to
what
us.
makes it good?
It's just like it doesn't bug you, but it also like wants a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
Like you just know that thing's never going to just sit on your face when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And there's certain cats where it's like they might just
They're assholes.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're assholes and they're weirdos.
They are weird.
Right?
So
Weirdos.
We before we got this dog last summer, we one of my wife's friends was going away on a trip, so we took their cat for a week. By the end of the week, I was almost a cat person, because the best part about a cat is you're just sitting there and they'll just come and they'll like sit on your lap and just
Yeah, I
have
don't
like
even want that.
purr.
I don't even
I
want
like
that.
that little purr there, a little
Yeah.
extra weight on you.
I want to be the one that picks the cat up if I want to.
Well,
I
no,
don't want it to like
Well, you can just
need
shoo it
attention.
off. You can just shoo it away.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
could.
let it come
Yeah.
to you, show you a little affection, and then just get beat it. Not today. So
That's pretty much it for my week. We lots of kids hockey. My
nonstop.
my U11 team, I think we've lost like 7 games by 1 goal this year. We just can't get over the hump. Just losing by 1. Outplaying the other team, just can't get a bounce. So hopefully saving them all for playoffs.
And the funniest part about that is I guarantee if you ask any kid on your team, they wouldn't care at all that they've lost all those games. You're the only one that cares.
Oh, they cared.
Oh, really?
Half the team was crying after the last game because we were up 3-2 with 2 minutes left, and they came back and won
Really?
4-3 in regulation. Yeah. gave up a goal to tie it with like a minute left, and then they scored right after. And,
Yeah, nothing a
they
little
were fucking
slush
mad.
puppy on
That
the way out the
sucks.
rink. Can't
Well, I
fix.
just said to them, like, yeah, you guys watch those guys? They acted like they won the cup. This was an exhibition game. Like, wait till playoffs. And just got them riled up after. But
Good for you. Hey, good coaching.
Yeah, good
Church-
coaching.
yeah, Churchill booze count. I did have 15 this week, so a little bit more.
What the hell happened?
Well, I don't know. Drinking,
Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
hockey. A couple times I went to hockey twice, and yeah.
No
Yep.
booze resolution this year, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, live your life.
Did I not have one?
I don't
No,
think so.
I think you're just living your life this week.
Yeah,
this
maybe
year.
I'll get it to 1,000 again this year. 22 and 12 for the year. So
All right, go ahead, Canute.
A little bit of a eventful week. Wednesday, come home.
oh right.
Got a board meeting, so get home at 4:30. I starts at 5. Come in, kids crying.
Oh, right. I
Youngest
forgot
has
about
got this paper towel on his eye. I'm like, oh fuck! Like, what happened? Get over there, takes it off. Just a huge, massive cut. You can pretty much see his
Gash.
skull.
It was a gash.
It
yeah.
was humongous. So I'm trying to find out what the hell happened. Tucker, my oldest, ends up saying, well, they're messing around upstairs in the hallway playing basketball, and they don't know what happened, but the light fixture just fell right on Finn's head. It's like, okay, that sounds fishy, but
Yep.
sure, whatever. Kirsten's on her way home. They're going to go to the hospital. I find out later that night.
Oh, there's more. This is all I've heard.
I find out later that night that they weren't just playing. Tucker had passed him the ball. Not that it was intentional, but passed him and hit the light, and then it fell down. When the story was originally they were just playing, Finn was laying on the ground and it just fell.
Oh, just random,
Yeah.
like caught a gust of wind.
So
Just from the
originally, like,
gods.
okay, like maybe it was teetering on falling off, and then it just did because it shakes the whole pretty much house when they're upstairs playing this. And then I find this out, so he was in a little bit of hot water, but it seems like the stitches are kind of dissolving here today, so he should be able to go swimming next week, and he just has the shittiest luck.
Well,
There
I
was
would
a hole in
I
his
would have
head.
said
There was a hole in his head.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was massive.
I would have said right off the hop that they had to have hit that light for it to come down. So I mean,
said
it's
that, but
kind
he
of your
said
fault
no.
for not
I
realizing.
said that, but he's like, no, I don't know what happened. I was like, oh, okay. All right, I'll take you for your word now. He told his mom, but he didn't want to tell me. Other than that, kind of had a little bit of an eventful weekend. We had a football tournament here. Tucker's playing a little bit of, I guess, indoor football.
Mhm.
So they had actually a home tournament this weekend, which was kind of actually really cool.
Is
There
that
was some-
flag?
No, like
Oh, it's
actual
full tackle
football.
Indoor.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
the
play at the RS Center.
like there was teams from Boston and California,
Weird.
here,
Mexico.
Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they have it every year.
yeah.
Big deal now. And
It
then they
was neat.
send the teams down to the States, too.
Yeah. So that was nice. Tucker's been training for about 2 months with that, so he got to actually finally play his first football game in 2 months, which was great. Yeah, other than that, just kind of hanging out, trying not to drink.
And how'd it go?
Very good. Still 0 on the year.
Wow.
Just a couple suppers, right? I'm like, had steak the other night. Oh, I wish I could have some red wine with this. Just didn't.
You could.
I mean, I could, but I don't need to. That's what I'm trying to
Could.
prove to myself. I don't.
Good. Next
need
thing you know,
to.
you're at 15.
No, you don't need to,
No.
but live a little.
I booked a trip. For
Oh, here
April.
we go. Trips are coming.
Booked a trip for April today, so I'm going to see if I can get to April without boozing,
Why would you do that?
just to see. I'm
Okay,
gonna just
where is the trip?
see. Palm Springs again?
For more golf?
Yeah.
Same courses?
I don't know what we're going to do yet.
PGA West?
We are going to do the stadium because it was awesome last time. But our friend's mom lives on a golf course. They used to do one of the Skins games there, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it shut down for a while, and then the development bought it back. So it just opened back up in November.
Hmm.
So we're going to play that for sure, and then we'll see what else is out there.
Is
We
this
haven't
is
really
this
decided.
another
boy.
fumble for
Oh, you
Darnold? That's
idiot.
going back. Is this a trip for friends or
Yeah.
with your family?
Friends.
Wow. Okay, I'm glad I took glad we got the Rams in this game.
Yeah, I just need
Darnold stinks. Okay, so no booze for you.
No booze.
Speaking of golf, though, for you, there was a comment just recently because Matty B just posted that reel, and Shaq from Silverwood
Oh no.
Kevin
He commented on that. I
replied
didn't
and
see it.
said, appreciate the drive by Canute. Nevertheless, Silverwood staff and management wish you all the best in your quest for 62.
Oh, that's good.
We might have to go there and just try to shoot 62 there.
Oh, that's good. Good for him. I like that.
Well, Yo Harv will be going there this year. He
yes.
loves
yeah.
that place.
Yeah, loves it. Okay, I'll go last. My week was filled with absolutely nothing. Like, my daughter had one game. My son isn't playing any hockey, so just a little bit of baseball. So nothing for me. The only thing of note that I have, my algorithm has wrestling botches in it. We talked a little bit off camera about some of the wrestle botches from like house shows. So like these underground wrestling places where guys accidentally are doing moves, and this one, the guy sat on the other guy's head by accident. He meant to hit his chest, sat right on his head, probably broke his nose and orbital bone. How about that last week in that reel? I just posted it, actually. Orbital bone. But I do want to talk about a dream I had a couple nights ago, and one of those rare dreams where you wake up and remember it.
Ugh. I hate hearing
So-
other people's dreams, but
No,
go ahead.
But this one's just funny because I had the Opus wedge on the table. So I had a dream that I asked that my 58 degree was actually a 68 degree.
That's a good dream.
Yeah, and I was, man, it was so much fun. Like, I didn't want to wake up from this dream. I'm just hitting these sky balls, just like straight up in the air. I'm like, just green size. I'm just taking full swings, going straight up in the air and just landing to 2 feet and trickling in.
So
it was
you
like
knew it
so.
was 68
I knew it was
Okay.
68. I was mad. I was like so upset when I first got it. So the start of the dream was me learning that it was a 68 and like trying to figure out how to use it. And then by the end of it, I'm just like, I'm hustling around our local course, just hitting flop shots from everywhere.
I love that idea. Like, I'm terrible from 50, 80 yards. Like, should I honestly get a 70-degree wedge and just hit full
swing.
shots?
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. It
Because
was
when I
dream
get that
was awesome.
three-quarter of the way
Yeah.
up, I can't figure out what to do with my hands. I'm like
Yeah,
Maybe.
Ricky Bobby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why.
Maybe full shot 60 degree or 70 degree from
That's
60
why
yards.
I'm way better.
64.
I'm way better 90 to 110.
You have 64. Just put it in
I
your
can
bag.
hit that thing 100 yards.
Yeah, he needs something he can hit like 60 full swing,
I need a
68,
70 degree.
68, 70.
I think
I'm
I've
telling
seen
you,
like an 80, I think is the highest that I've ever seen.
They
Where?
make them that high?
Yes, I
Where?
don't think like a good company makes it. It's like Alien or something or Precision.
But anyway, it was an absolute blast, and like the classic alarm woke me up, and I immediately put it in my phone. I'm like, that was a good dream. Like, I want to remember that for a long time. Just like, I was happier than ever. Like, so mad when it came and it was a 68. I'm like, well, I can't use this, and I just started using it and got so good with it, just from everywhere. Churchill booze count for me, I had 5 this week, so I'm at 9 for the year. But I'm also I had 27 kilometers. So I was a little below pace. Like, I was banking kilometers, but then at the end of the week when I went through it, I'm like, oh, 27. That was less than last week because I watched so much football and didn't take my dog out. So I'm at 57 kilometers, which we take 57 divided by 3 is like 19. So I got 19 drinks and I'm at 9. So I got 10 in the bank. I'm going to need to we're going to get some warm days here. I'm going to go on some longer walks. That 27 does not include the 5-kilometer walk with my wife earlier today.
Wow.
So you're doing okay. You'll be all right.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Big
Not bad.
walker now.
Yeah, big walk. Yeah. So yeah. All right, Harv's not here, so let's get into we'll lead it with Nick Taylor and Sony Open.
Obviously.
So obviously set the stage. We got JJ Spawn and Steven Yeager going toe to toe. You know, back nine, they're both making long putts for par, long birdie putts. They're toe to toe. Echeverria and Taylor, one group behind. Echeverria, whichever way you want to say it.
Nico.
Nico. And they're going back and forth, and then Nick Taylor's missing a couple short putts, and at the time, it's like, oh, man, he'd be one back. You know, he'd maybe even get to 16, and so then obviously get to 18 hole, and it's like, okay, well, now he has to chip this in because those guys are for sure birdie in 18. Like, you would think the easiest hole on the course, they're making birdie.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he chips it in for eagle to get to 16, and it's like, okay, he's in the playoff, but who's he with?
Well, I had missed even that he got a free drop,
Yeah.
right? And ended up actually getting it to put it on really good grass to be able to get make an aggressive shot to try to actually make it. So big break there, and
Huge break, yeah.
obviously he ends up making it, which is humongous.
Yeah, and then those two guys, I don't know what they were doing. They make a mess of 16. They make somewhat of a mess of 18, right? And neither guy gets into that playoff, and it's Nico and Nick.
Oh, big time mess. Jaeger hit the lip on 18, and
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just like for how good those guys played from hole 8 to 15. It's like one of those guys is winning this tournament, and you just thought Nico and Nick were just jockeying for third, right?
I didn't pay as much attention because Taylor was on 17, so obviously he's 2 shots back. And then the other groups were on 15 or 16, so I was like, this is probably over. Like, I'll look later. These two are probably going to playoff maybe. And then all of a sudden, you guys had sent a message. I was like, what? So I looked, and he's at 16. Those guys are on 18, and obviously making a mess. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What a turn of events here.
And we talked about him standing on 18T. His odds were 400 to 1 to win.
That's
nuts. 2 shots back. Those guys still have that hole coming in.
Yeah.
Easiest hole on the
So you're
course.
basically 3 shots back.
Yeah, you're thinking
Technically,
birdie.
kind of.
He makes birdie, and it's like, that's not going to be enough.
Yep.
You're still going to lose by 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then that eagle, and then you get into the playoff, and it's like Nico had the upper hand on both playoff holes.
Yep.
Nick gets up and down, makes that 10, 12 footer on the first playoff
That
hole.
was like confident stroke. Just hammered it in there. Like,
It's just
knew it was
crazy
in.
that they can erase previous things from their mind just like that, right? Like he gets in a playoff. He had 2 terrible misses on 15 and 16 or 16 and 17, whatever 2 holes it was. Like 5 feet.
They did,
I know
It's like, how do you miss those things?
They did talk on the broadcast. Who was it? Jaeger, I think, had almost that identical putt. I know obviously Taylor is done. Were they watching a screen somewhere to say, okay, like, yes, he's getting in? Because he would have obviously saw that putt.
Yeah.
Right? And he was absolutely nails on it.
I think they were on the
playoff.
range. Because they kept showing him on the range. So I think
Yeah.
by the time those guys got to 18, they were already hitting balls on
Yeah.
the range.
Like,
But
yeah.
again, they could have had the big screen there on the range.
Yeah.
Lots of places do.
this is this is going to sound stupid, but when there's something on the line, I almost would rather have a 10-footer than a 4-footer. Because I know I should make the 4-footer, and then that's in my head.
Yeah.
Like, if I miss this, I'm going to look like an idiot.
Yeah, I don't think that's
If I don't miss the 10-footer, or if I miss the 10-footer, then it's like, oh, okay, well, it's 10 feet. It's a 50-50 putt or whatever anyways, right?
Which
It's
I
that's
mean,
like a 15% putt, though, by the way.
Nah, it should be 50-50 for me. That's my
That
expectations.
That 4 foot is like a 50-50. The 10
No.
is like a 15%.
No, but for
Yes,
those
it
guys,
is.
not for those guys.
yeah.
No.
But you think
Yes.
It's from 4 feet.
No,
They're 50%.
okay, so they might be a little higher. Yes,
They're
you're
like
right. You're right. You're
90% from 4 feet.
You're right.
man.
Yeah, but then Nico on the second playoff hole, he has that 10-footer close to it, 8 feet.
Yeah.
And he misses it.
Well, the
And then-
lag was awful.
Yeah, and then it goes right back to what you're saying. Taylor has a putt to win the tournament. He just missed a bunch of 4-footers. He's got a 4-footer.
That one was 2 feet 9 inches though.
Yeah.
So
But
a
again,
little bit shorter.
wasn't in the center.
Just
either.
ram it. It
Right
didn't
of
catch
center.
lip.
Right of center.
Yeah.
But
that shot for 50 yards was the shot of the tournament.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It was unreal.
Yeah.
perfectly rolled up there. He must have used a 70-degree wedge.
Yeah, maybe. But one thing is for certain, he not only wins that tournament, but I think he's got to win the award for hairiest arms on the PGA Tour. Like standing while he was waiting to make that last putt, it's just like, oh my God, those things. like I can't believe how hairy they are. Like you'd look at his face, be like, oh, I might probably got some hair on him. Not like that.
I was watching with my kids and was like, yeah, we had this guy on the podcast and we talked about Mario Kart and they just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we should go play some Mario Kart now, Dad. Yeah.
I mean,
okay, sure.
He's got 5 wins on tour now.
He's the third. He's got the third most wins among Canadians on tour now. So I mean,
It's crazy.
He's one win behind what I see to Fowler, Homa. Fuck, there was Finau. Like that's impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 wins. Now it just the only reason why you don't think he has 5 really is because he takes so long in between. This was his first top 10 since his last win.
Yeah, that's the wildest stat I heard all week.
Yeah.
Which
But-
is funny because we keep taking him in picks. We do all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, you're taking him for
Because
his
when he does get in,
T35.
but when he does get into contention, he's going to win the thing.
Yeah,
Like his
Wait,
scores when he's in contention is
toe to
quite
toe.
something.
Yeah, it was toe to toe with Phil, playoff at the Phoenix, and now playoff here, plus the Canadian Open.
Yep.
Like he's got some big wins too.
Yep.
Phoenix, Canadian, Pebble Beach. This one wouldn't be up there, but
And
I'm
then
just saying.
Sanderson was the other
Yeah,
one, I think.
the
yeah.
Cock Trophy.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
I mean, I think he's probably ahead of Ames now, and as far as best Canadians ever.
He's got to be
Yeah.
up there. Well, like we
I think
talked about.
Ames has
fair.
the players, but I don't know how many wins he got. 3?
Well, I mean, you know where I stand on that. I think the Canadian Open is, as a Canadian win, the Canadian Open is huge. I put it up there with Weir's Masters when it happened.
Well,
Obviously not there.
Not there, but yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is a very high profile Canadian victory.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that plus 4 other wins, yeah. I think he's right up there with Ames now.
I think that's fair.
So
Good for him.
any other notables from there?
The only other thing is I had one more note is total playoff wins since 2016. Nick Taylor's got 3 and the Pittsburgh Steelers have 0. So that was, thought you guys would like that
Yeah,
one.
love it. Love
Vikings
it.
have one in that time.
You didn't
Jeez.
even bring up the Steelers in your
It's
week
tough.
either.
No, fuck them.
Tomlin.
Fuck
Tomlin
them.
for life.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get
That's
into
well, we got Ace's birthday shots the
Yeah.
week. I mean, but luckily there's no Aces, no birthdays posted in pod topics, so made my life
Interesting.
easy. My shot of the week is, well, it's obviously the 50-yarder shot, but I'm gonna go with Hideki through those trees,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
whether it was intentional or
It
not.
was
wasn't-
absolutely an accident.
It was an accident. Judging by his
But it
reaction, it
was
was an accident.
the
Yeah.
size of a walnut to get through there.
Yeah.
You got one?
I was going to take Taylor's, that 50-yard shot.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like downwind. It is such a hard shot.
And it was
to hit.
firming up.
Yes.
No, those balls were not holding
No.
on that green.
No.
Which he played it right. He rolled it up there
Yeah.
nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so we're right into news then.
Right into the news. You guys want
TGL.
to? We're going to start with. We'll get the rest of the news out of the way, and then we'll finish with TGL talk. How about that?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It's gonna drive.
Well, we got to start with the biggest news of the week. That's Kevin Na saying live winners and top 16 season finishers on the live should get into majors
Into
automatically.
He's an
top
idiot.
third, top
an
third of
idiot.
those guys. Like,
Yeah, he's something.
Like, what would be the number? 5? Top 5?
wherever he's.
What did he finish? Did you look into it?
No idea.
Let me
Five
guess.
wouldn't be
15th.
5 wouldn't be bad because you think that
Top
if
5.
they've got a couple winners, they're probably up there.
Rom,
They might
Brooks,
deserve
Bryson,
to.
Cam Smith, and
Now, I think
Phil.
the
Neiman.
one thing I can say is they're in. This will be season 4 or 3 now of the live.
3.
3. So I will say now it has. We're close to.
think
It might be
3,
4.
Just
think
3, I
it's-
think.
But anyway, it's got staying power now. It's in the conversations. We're kind of this whole, ride it out thing that those guys probably were thinking about early on or told, right? Ride this thing out. You're going to get shit on. You're going to get shit on. It'll go blow over. We'll eventually get there. Now that it's kind of there, the 3 rounds is still kind of dumb.
Yes.
But they're getting close to the point where they got enough players and enough competitiveness that they should. Maybe we can just get over this and get them into some terms. But it can't be more than like 5. You can't just have guys placed on a tour
Yes.
and not performing. Like a top third doesn't make any sense.
No.
No, I agree.
But if it's top 5, top 8 even, then maybe you can get behind it.
Oh, this is a blowout.
This is a blowout, yeah. So
What?
I can get behind a little bit of that.
Who was the younger guy on the live that came out and
Eugenio Chikara.
kind of shit on them a little bit, saying that they were promised.
Yeah. Yeah,
World
that
golf
the Liv
ranking
doesn't care about
points
the
and-
young guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean is true, right? But at this, like, I don't have any time for guys complaining about the live.
I
Okay.
agree.
Sure, I can get a little. I'm starting to open up a little bit more to not necessarily golf rankings, but getting entry into majors.
Well, they're getting
But-
invited. Like Neiman
Yeah.
and Hogard were invited.
Yes. So if you play
Accepted
well enough on
Masters
that tour,
invites.
you'll get invited in. But I got no time for the guys saying, "Oh yeah, this place kind of sucks." You took the money.
Yeah.
Like in his case, he decided to go there in hopes of smaller tournaments doing well and making more money. So you made the choice. You can't complain about
Yep.
it.
And that 22-year-old Tom McKibben is rumored to join Rom's team too. So that's
Like,
might
that's a
be
big
getting
deal,
another
yeah.
young guy.
Yep.
Which is
So-
what's his deal? He's just good or what?
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Speaking of good young guys, Luke Clanton missed the cut at the Sony. We didn't talk about that.
He did miss it.
He
eh?
did miss, yeah.
There was a lot of buzz
A
about
lot
him
of buzz
going
about
into
Luke
the week,
Clanton and potentially getting all the way into the FedEx Cup and
Yep.
earning all these points and then turning pro.
Hmm.
But yeah, he missed the cut. But yeah,
Next.
next. Yeah.
Trevor Immelman appointed chairman of the overall world golf rankings starting in April.
Yeah, I don't know what that means in the end, but whatever.
Do they have a current chairman?
I would think so.
No
Like
idea.
it's a lot of, I think, commissioners of like DP World Tour. Obviously, Monahan's on it.
Yeah.
I don't know who else, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference.
No.
But
Just a point on the news items.
Yeah. Kind of the last one before some Tiger and TGL stuff.
Yeah, nice.
That fan holding that ace over Bryson's house for 100,000. I mean, on his 5th shot.
was it 5th?
5. It took him 5 shots.
And how many shots were they going to allow him to take?
He had an hour.
He had 8
thought it
8
was.
hours.
8 hours?
8 hours is what he was allowed, and he did it in 5 shots.
That's insane.
When
8 hours.
The video that I saw too, they didn't even show the results of the first 4 shots. So were they that bad, or were they just like cutting
I
to the
don't know.
chase? And
They were just
getting-
trying to get to make the reel a little bit quicker.
maybe, yeah.
But like,
it'd been funny if he would have, sculled one through a window first.
well,
and
they had the
then-
net set up right in front of him because Bryce didn't want him to hit it into his windows.
Oh, did he?
There was a net there. There was a football
didn't notice
kicking
that.
net in front of him. So it's like he has this net. I don't know. I didn't read any of the backstory of how he got this or anything like that. But yeah, Bryson said you have 8 hours to do this, and I think they were just. I felt bad for the guy up top that was going to
Yeah.
have to video there for 8 hours, and he does it in 5 shots.
5
And like
minutes.
that isn't even staged. Like they saw it go over, you saw it land. It
Oh
went
yeah,
in.
by the reaction, there's no way that it was staged. Yeah.
But I
Harv would
truly,
say it was
I truly
staged,
think, I truly think Bryson had no intentions of being there for all 8 hours. They were just
Oh,
gonna
for
like
sure
let
not.
him do it. I'm
Yeah.
going in to have a nap, an ice bath, and make some food.
Yeah.
Let me know if you get it. And then he was gonna come out 4 hours later and do a little promo piece of how tired are you.
8 hours.
No.
What's that? 4 protein shakes? Or?
yeah. So just wild that it happened on the 5th shot. Like a lot of people coming out and saying, well, it took Bryson whatever 9 days or what did he hit it on? Shot 11, shot day 13, shot 11 or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
So like
But-
over 100 shots then.
Yeah.
yeah, 116 shots or
And
whatever.
it'd be one thing if this guy hit it on like 60. Then you could be like, oh, okay, well, 60 shots, you're
Yeah.
eventually going to get the groove, right? But 5.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I just
Which
want
is
to know
funny
if that
'cause
was the
that-
first time he even hit the green, because I don't know. They didn't show any of the other
Bryson
ones.
put a video out. I haven't watched it, but
Oh.
maybe it's in there.
Like that was something. Like that would be the coolest thing for $100,000.
Yep.
And then low key, my favorite part of it is when the guy took off his hat and he had one of those little bald spots with just like the little spot in the front. Did you notice
No, I
that?
didn't.
I went into the comments to see who brought up the bald spot. Not one. I was gonna throw one from Drive the Green and be like, I want to throw
Like-
that hat back
Like
on
he
real
had
quick.
hair and then he had a little island of hair.
The island of hair, yes. So he took off his hat and immediately put it back on. He's like, "Oh shit!"
If you had that, you just got, what, did you shave it off?
Yes,
got to.
you do shave that.
The whole
off.
thing.
the whole
shave your
head,
head completely.
The whole head.
Yeah.
Like Homer
Yeah.
Simpson with an island.
Baked it,
yeah,
yeah.
a great one. Yeah, an island green on his
I
head.
feel bad for them.
All right, let's get into Tiger
Well,
Woods
yeah.
2K25 and then the TGL.
Yeah, I mean,
So auto
there's
pip.
that.
Auto pip this year.
Well, he did. Did we talk about the PIP last week?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but then Harv wanted me to post his results since
Yeah,
the start
course
of
he
the
did,
PIP.
yeah.
So Tiger's results since the start of the PIP, which was, I don't know, 5 years ago.
At least 5 years ago.
47th, withdraw, miscut. 45th, withdraw. 18th, withdraw. 60th, miscut, miscut, miscut.
And he's won it. And he's won it what? 3 of the 5 years?
I'm pretty sure he's won it every single
Four of
year.
no,
Four
he
of the
missed
five.
one. 4 of the 5, I think.
Because he was in bed,
He was in bed.
like in the hospital, or why did
Yeah.
he not win it the other time?
Just,
They couldn't give it to him in the car accident year?
was that the
Jeez.
Scheffler or Rom?
Yeah. Is that your kid?
I don't know.
Dog.
Dog's
Tail.
tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knocking on
What
the
else
door.
was here? Oh, and also Puma is filing a lawsuit against Tiger for Sunday Red.
I mean, we talked about that when it first came out. It looked exactly like Puma. And then someone posted Slazenger
Yeah, I
Puma,
saw that. Yeah.
and Sunday Red with
Yeah.
the Spider-Man gif, all three-way gif.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they didn't care when Slazenger and Puma, like
Yeah.
not a big deal. Oh, well, maybe they did. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they settled something. Who knows?
But
Slazenger still exist?
I
Can't.
think so. Yeah.
Maybe they make
Probably
the
big on
maybe they
tennis.
make the 80-degree wedge.
It might be.
but yeah, it's like when it came out, it's like that's A, ugly, and B, looks like Puma.
Yeah.
Like you knew it was coming. They probably just said, I don't care.
Well, back to the 2K25 thing. Like
That's auto pip.
It's but they put them on because it's kind of like the
25th anniversary.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Pretty cool cover, though.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
But the thing is, it's not Tiger Woods golf. It's 2K25.
That's right. It's different, hey?
It's completely different. But at the same time, more people are going to buy it just because he's on the cover of it.
Way more.
Way more.
Way more. Yeah.
So they're going to think of it as Tiger Woods golf. Now, if it has the heartbeat, like the power up, the red circle.
Tiger Vision.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like
sick.
it does have the heartbeat in 2K25, like a little, if you got a tough putt or something like that. But
A 4-footer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get to the TGL. Initial thoughts, I guess.
You can go first.
I got thoughts. I think it did exactly what it was trying to do, with the minor exception of not having Tiger and Rory. But I think my theory is that Tiger and Rory wanted to be the guys in the crowd, little glad handing, so to all the people that came in attendance, right? They can't be tied up playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
They want to talk about it a little bit, so they had them on the telecast. And they wanted to see what worked and what didn't. You don't want to put those guys out there as the guinea pigs. They want to be, so now people have a taste, right? Now you come in week 2 that they've got that taste, and it's Tiger and Rory week. Like, this is, like, more people I think are going to come and watch it this week. I truly believe there will be more people watching this week. Now, were there some cons to it? Certainly. But the blowout didn't help. But I think there's enough there that for the 2 hours it takes to watch it, I think it's a viewer sport. It's certainly, I don't think it would be very good live.
No.
But on TV, as they start to gain maybe a little bit of rivalries, they understand what it is. They can talk a little bit more. I think the personalities will come out. They didn't start with the best personalities. But I think they'll start to come out. Like, I think from the people I've talked to or in our group chats, stuff like that, with the exception of the haters like Knoop and Harv, you guys will never be on board with it. That's fine. I think people will watch it again. If this week stinks, however, then they got a problem.
Canoop will be on
So,
board.
I
Once
saw
one
a,
live guy
I
goes,
saw a
then he'll be
really
on
good
board.
comparison who said, hey, like, that's great that it had really good ratings first week, but so did the XFL. So if, right, and that product just kind of didn't really do much. So
sure.
we'll see what happens in the next month.
Yeah.
If that can be sustainable. I don't think so. And I don't know what makes it better. I don't know why I don't love it. I enjoyed it because Xander's my guy. I like him.
Yeah.
So I was able to tune in and kind of see a little bit more personality out of him than we see in any other
Yep.
place, right?
Yep.
And I think that is the only thing that attracts me to it.
Yeah.
Is being able to
The
see their
personality,
personalities.
yeah.
The golf, it's
And the
fucking
one
sim golf. Like,
the one
Well,
complaint was
I
that
don't know.
you couldn't tell the difference of who was talking because they're all mic'd up and they're all kind of
Yeah.
talking and they didn't
Yeah.
really know who was talking.
Yeah.
But
Now-
I thought you'd like the kind of the nerdy shit with posting the stats.
I don't think that
but
there
they
was
didn't.
enough
they
of
didn't.
it.
That's what I mean.
They didn't-
So
I think they'll lean into that. I think
hope so.
I think a lot of people on Twitter were saying these guys can hit it so hard, so fast.
Yes.
All this stuff. Show us that. So that's what I mean. I think it will
that's
get
the
better as
the
a
XFL,
product.
the XFL. That's it. They couldn't
They-
change it.
they
They're not going
threw
to
it out
change the
there.
rules mid-season.
Yeah.
This thing can be ever evolving.
Yeah.
think,
They,
the
the
they
stats-
I don't
can
think they
change
can-
it from week to week,
I don't
can't
think
they?
that they could, but I don't think they will.
Well, they
Yeah.
can change the production of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a couple, like, they could lean in more to, they could have more of the graphics of how these guys are doing this year and how they've
Yeah.
done in their career, and use more of the, they have
There
those
was
two
some of that.
sides. They have those two side screens. They can lean into that type of stuff. A closer match will make it better.
That will 100%
But
It
make
was
it
maybe
better.
a little
The-
too long.
The hammer stuff. Yeah, it
I
could.
don't know.
It was
doesn't-
too
could've
long
been-
because the match was out of, and they have to play all the holes for
Oh no, but they had
total
an
holes won.
intermission too, right? Like
The intermission
make
can
it
go.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could even be an hour.
I will.
9 holes.
If
Yeah.
I had another nitpick, it would be that the holes, they had those two that with the drive down the middle and two down the side that looked identical, so that was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
But I think
But there was
the
lava.
cool holes.
The last hole was the coolest hole.
Yeah, but the
And
problem with the cool
they didn't even
holes
get to
is
it.
that you only get to see like the flyover, and then once they hit the ball into the screen, it's like, it's over. Like, like it's not like the actual course itself is all that like crazy. It is more gonna be driven off of the personalities. Yeah, is really what it is. Like the competitiveness.
Oh, I want to see cool holes. I want to see
Yeah.
like impossible. I want to see fairways the size of this table.
And that's what it should be.
Yes.
And if you don't hit it, you're in the water.
Yeah. No, but that would be good. But
Yes.
the problem is they have these ones that hit these speed pockets, all this stuff. But the guys were just hitting it, and then once they hit that first shot, it's like, okay, well, it's kind of done now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with the green complex they have, sure they can change how it looks and stuff. And some of the putts were almost impossible because they had it maybe too undulated, so they're putting down this hill and just flying off the edge.
Deer Valley.
But with that one bunker and then the different greens, all the greens are the same shape on the sim.
Yes.
It's just how are they sloped?
Yeah.
Like they're limited in what the green.
They're
can look
limited,
like.
but
That's right.
also that green's fucking cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Like that makes it okay to watch.
Yeah.
See,
Can you imagine if it was just regular sim putting with like 10-foot gimmies?
Putting it into the screen, into the giant screen. They have to walk up 10 feet in front of it and just put it into the screen.
see, I don't know. I think the green and the chipping complex is a downgrade for me.
No.
There's
what?
no other
So-
way to do it.
No, I know, but well, there is. They're in Arizona for this game tonight. What do they do in the when the game's not going on? They roll it outside. What if they could do the same thing here?
Yeah, but it'd take too much
Roll
time
it
for them to
outside.
walk outside.
No,
Now-
no. Roll it outside, grow it. When the game's gonna happen,
But it'd
Oh.
be all
boom,
exactly
comes
the
in.
same. It'd be the same green for everything, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Now, I
don't
do love that they're hitting off of real grass. That is awesome.
With divots, yes.
With divots, so you get to see the divots fly.
Yeah.
One thing, reminds me of another thing that I didn't love is when they're driving the balls into the screen, the camera angle didn't allow me to see the ball
Yes.
fly off the club.
Tracer into the screen.
In the screen. No, just
Or
like
at
to
least
see
where
it come
hits.
off.
Yeah, or at least where it hits on the screen would be
just
cool.
give us a blemish
Yeah.
on the screen.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
hit here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were even saying early on, like Xander plays a draw, right, or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, he had to learn where to hit it on the screen so
Yes.
that it'd react to his draw."
Yeah.
Because he was hitting everything in the center and pulling everything, so he realized I have to hit it off to the right so that it reads my draw and comes into the
Yep.
middle of the screen. So just guys getting to feel out where they're hitting it. I think they'll get better at their shots.
Yep.
Definitely some pros and cons. I'm going to keep watching it
I'm
probably.
certainly
It
gonna
can
watch
improve.
this week.
I love the green light on the green where
Where the ball
getting-
is?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Unreal.
Did you say Rory and Tiger this week?
I think
Just
they're-
Tiger, I
it's
think.
just
Oh, it's just
Yeah, yeah.
Tiger,
Yeah.
and Rory's
Yeah.
the week after.
Or 2 weeks even still.
Oh.
Yeah, 27.
Oh, I thought they were head to head. Well,
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more thing. They need a funny color guy on there.
They certainly need a color guy. That was
A funny guy.
another
Yeah.
con. The sideline reporter and his accent gots to go. That guy's no good.
Yeah.
The main commentator, they were still like that first round. Everyone's filled with piss and vinegar. He's trying to like talk it up too much. I think that'll slowly come down. But yeah, if they can get guest commentators on there,
Yeah.
like get Barkley on there,
Yep.
like get Pat McAfee on there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like guys that can talk nonstop, that can tell funny stories. That
Get
maybe
Peyton
have
Manning
some,
on there. Anybody. Like
Yeah,
Just
he'd
a guy.
He'd be great.
yeah.
just a guy on there.
Anybody with Tom Brady basically.
Yeah,
Um
but yeah,
and they're planning to expand already.
so many.
They're looking at
opportunities.
four new spots or 3 new spots and other sports. I mean, there's
Let's
baseball's
just get through season 1 first. Like,
yeah, this sounds like live all over again.
Yeah.
When they're going to get every guy.
yeah, exactly.
Let's just get through season
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
or have a whole home courses and like,
Yeah.
come on.
Here's a good question. Because they had that walkout stuff last week. What's Tiger's walkout song going to be? Because he's got to pick it.
Oh boy.
So he's gonna show some colors of who he is here.
Honestly, anything but Eye of the Tiger. That's the low hanging fruit, and if it's that, I'm out. I'm out. I'm not watching it. If it's Eye of the Tiger, I am 100% boycotting tomorrow.
What if it's like ABBA?
I was gonna say like Genuine, maybe Pony. He comes out too.
Yeah, I could get behind ABBA.
It won't be.
I will turn it off if that.
There you
comes
go.
on.
Yeah.
So,
That's it.
all right,
Making the cut. And then we'll get into picks.
and then our picks. Yeah.
Okay. Making the cut this week.
Okay.
NFL playoffs, so there's an NFL theme to it. Keep 4, cut 4 NFL head coaches.
Oh, head coaches.
Head
Okay.
coaches, yeah. Okay, so
I'm
here
gonna write
These
these
are the
down
guys
while
you'd
you're
want to
doing it.
coach your team.
Yes, here are the 8.
Okay.
Sean Payton,
Oh, no, I don't like where this is going at all. I don't like where this is going at all. Oh, no. You're going to have Sean
all
Payton,
these guys,
Mike McCarthy.
all these guys. Mike McCarthy's the second name on the list.
Oh, my God. Is Matt Eberflus on there?
No,
Okay, keep going.
Sean Payton, Mike McCarthy, Pete Carroll, Mike Vrabel,
That gum.
Nick Sirianni,
Oh, no.
Mike McDaniel, Dan Quinn, and Mike Tomlin. Those are your 8.
Okay, so easy keep. McDaniel.
That guy's fucked though.
Yeah, but he's nowhere near as bad as the other guys.
Yeah.
So it's
He's young.
McDaniel, Dan Quinn for sure. I like Dan Quinn.
Because his
And
hat
then-
with that backwards hat.
Yeah, and what's the other? There's another obvious one. I think it was right before McDaniel.
Sirianni,
Nope, before him.
Vrabel, Tomlin,
Vrabel's
Carroll,
there.
McCarthy, and Payton.
Yeah, so the third or fourth keep is the problem, because you got McCarthy, Payton, gum chewing Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin, and Sirianni. So Sirianni's out. I fucking hate that guy.
Everybody
I haven't swore
does.
on this show in a
Everybody
long
does.
time. I
Everybody.
fucking hate Nick Sirianni.
Everybody does.
I hate him.
Eagles
hate-
fans hate him.
I hate Mike McCarthy.
Sean Payton's
I
not
hate
great.
I hate Mike Tomlin. It's between McCarthy or Sean Payton and Pete Carroll.
This is
and
a really easy one.
I think I have to take Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
I hate him chewing his gum, but he's so filled with piss and vinegar. I think I got to take him.
All these guys could be coach. I mean, the only 2 that weren't coaching this year are Vrabel and Carroll,
apparently,
and you're
Carroll,
taking both.
Apparently, Carroll is in the running for. Fuck, what job did I hear? The Bears.
Yeah.
He might be all right there.
No, he won't. Be. He'll suck
Mine
there.
are very easy. Vrabel, because
Yes,
he's I don't know, he's just a motivator.
he's good. Yeah.
Carroll, again, full of piss and vinegar. I think that's great. McDaniel, I do think he's very offensive minded. I think he'd be
Yeah,
a good.
you got the
Yeah,
same
he's
four.
coked
offense.
out all the time.
And then Quinn.
Yeah,
Obviously.
same four.
Yeah.
Sirianni, he's
Oh,
just
hate
the
him.
worst.
hate him.
I can't stand Sean Payton.
hate him.
Mike McCarthy is just old and shit.
And
whatever.
we ain't taking Tomlin.
is what he is.
So the only ones with Super Bowls
Are
are
the ones-
Peyton, McCarthy, Carroll, and Tomlin. Vrabel, Sirianni, McDaniel, and Quinn don't have Super Bowls, but this one's tough for me. I'm keeping Vrabel, so that I shouldn't
Yeah.
have put him in. That was too easy.
Too easy. Yep.
I'm not keeping McDaniel. That guy's a loser.
Okay.
I'm keeping Sean Payton. I don't like him,
You are?
but I think he's a pretty decent coach.
I think he's a half decent coach. Yes.
He led the Saints to that Super Bowl, and
He's not that bad. He's only been in situations like lately that haven't really.
Yeah.
He hasn't been set up well, but I think now with Bo Nix, I think they're going to be good. I'm a little bit
So,
nervous for the West now.
I'm keeping Vrabel. I'm keeping Peyton. I'm keeping Dan Quinn.
and Mike Tomlin.
And I'm keeping Mike McCarthy just to bug Rich. And I'm cutting Mike Tomlin. Fuck that guy. That's the whole reason I did this list, is so I could say that. All right.
That's good. That's a good list. I don't know who else you could have put in there.
Yeah, because I wanted like the bubble guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't put Eberflus in there
Yeah.
or Andy Reid, right? Because those
Yeah,
are
you'd keep them,
automatics.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, keep Reed, not Eberflus. All right.
So pick recap.
recap.
The
Yep.
first week of making the cut for picks, we had a pretty decent week actually.
Yeah.
Canoop ended up with 3 made cuts with McCarthy, Dunlap, and Lipsky
For
worth
8.
2, 3, and 3 for 8.
That's not bad.
Good start.
I'm in second with a made cut for Taylor 3. Thigala made the cut for 1, so that's 4 plus Taylor 1, so that's an extra
Nice.
1 for
It's a good
5.
Five, yep.
Solid.
Matty B had Dietrich and Hoagie make the cut for 4.
Dietrich did make it, hey?
Connors
He had a shit
missed
first
for
day.
1.
He had a terrible first day and then
Yeah.
a good second round make cut, and then he finished like in the 50s.
Yeah.
Connors missed for 1, so he just got the 4, and then Harv ended up with 4 as well. Dietrich 2, Svensson 2.
And then he
Jake
had
Knapp.
WD.
So he had Jake Knapp. So he would, if he was here, we could talk about it. He had Jake Knapp, who withdrew prior to the open of the tournament.
No. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right.
So we said Knapp WD, and he didn't pick another guy. Like you can pick literally anyone for any point value before. So then we went back and forth, little peel the curtain back here. He said, well, it's not a miscut. It's a WD. I get points. And so I said, fine, you can have them. But just remember this, that any withdrawal, because if a guy withdrew on the 35th hole because he knows he's going to miss for the world golf points that we're talking about, you get those points. And he's like, no, this is going to come back to bite me. I don't want it.
And then I brought up the fact that it's called making the cut,
Yeah.
not missing the cut.
Yes.
It's
it's
guys that
not-
you think are
it's
going to
not
make the cut.
Missing, yeah. Who didn't make it.
Yeah.
It's who did make it.
Yes.
But also, I didn't really get his point. I wanted to hopefully have him clarify. He's like, this is going to come back and bite me. Was it really biting you if you're taking advantage of it now? Because technically, if it happened to someone else, that's not biting you. You've already had points you didn't earn.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's not biting you at all. It's helping you.
He
and
might
it
have
always
turned
will.
over a new leaf, though, because that was the quickest he's ever backed
been
down
okay.
in an
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah, he's not
That's a
a guy
good
that
point.
just
It's a resolution
That is a good
maybe for
point.
him this year.
it's that bread, man. He's not having any bread.
Artemi
You know what's
Panarin,
funny is
bread man.
he doesn't want to have bread, but like, is it, what did he say it was, the starch in it?
The gluten.
The
wasn't it?
gluten. Because, like, I mean, beer has some similar.
Yeah,
Everything's
but
got
it's- yeah.
it's
He's crushing. He's going to have
croutons, man.
25.
You can't have croutons.
Can't have croutons. Hurts his tummy. But anyway.
It's going to
I
be
mean,
over soon.
It's going to be over, yeah.
Okay.
Hot dog at the turn.
Yeah.
I'll be like, here, how I bought you a hot dog. Well, I guess I got to eat two now.
Are
So
you
yeah,
are you
making a
doing
cut.
do you have a preview for the American Express?
No.
Just John Rahm's quote of
This is the putting, fucking
fuck
putting
this setup.
contest?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's classic John Rahm. Nope.
Yeah.
So we're going back to the picks.
So-
Amax.
Is it who's in first goes
Yes.
first?
First goes first.
I'm going back. Well, not back. I'm going 3-3-pointers this week.
Oh, I love that.
I'm going Taylor Montgomery at 275 to 1
Betting
this
it
week. I will be betting all of my picks every single week, yes.
to win.
To win and to make the cut if they are
If they
in
are
there.
available,
Yes. I might actually just start making a top 40 as well. Because, I mean, that's like
Close enough.
80% of
Yep.
yeah, making
What's the
cut,
cutoff
so-
here for this for between
Basically,
2 and 3?
it's basically plus 5,000, plus 11,000, and over 11. I think is the cutoff. Harv put 10-5 in the group,
10-5
but I
or
think it's
whatever.
11 technically.
Okay.
It's a gray area. It's still worth 2. Who cares?
Mac Hughes.
Ouch.
You had him too?
No, he just wasn't good.
Okay.
Last
Be all
week.
right here.
Missed the
3
cut for
points,
me.
and then Harris English, 3 points as well.
English was on my radar,
Yeah?
but I did not take
I
it.
don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
So I did a lot of
I'm
Bronel's
next.
next, but I was going with recent history. I looked strictly back at last year's results and to see did they play in Hawaii factored in, but mostly how did they do last year. I'm a big course history guy.
Yep. Course horse.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going. Fuck. I'm taking Sung J M for 1.
Sorry, Xander did withdraw. today,
Yes.
Yes.
He
So
did.
we
Yeah.
didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah.
but-
And just a reminder that you should have your picks prior to this because we're trying to reduce dead air.
I don't
not you
this week. I was too busy making the script.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, we'll give you a little bit of dead air then
All right,
while you
yeah.
try to figure this out.
Sung J M for 1.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 again. So I'm going Ricky Fowler for 2. I think
Fresh off his screenplay.
you got shit on at the TGL. So
Yeah, he's got to be motivated.
Sorry, who?
Ricky.
Oh, boy.
Fresh off screen, hitting into screens for 3 days.
Yeah. And then I'm going to take Nick Hardy for 3.
Okay.
Nick Hardy,
nice.
okay.
Just got a feeling, or
Just randomly saw his name and got a feeling.
Okay. I'm going with last
Gut.
year's history. So Adam Hadwin was T6 here last year. He's a 2.
this
This
place?
one's not necessarily history. I think he was like top 20 last year, but Tom Hoagie, I got to go back to him for
You're
2
all
again.
over him recently.
Back to the well.
Well,
Yeah.
he's been so hot.
Yeah.
Like hot-ish, making the cut hot.
Front of the pod too. So
And then I'm going Alex Smalley for 3.
mm.
He had a top 20 here last year as well. So
good picks.
All right.
we'll see.
Harv sent his picks in. He's going 2-3-3. He's going Day for 2, EVR for 3, and his guy Norlander for 3. No surprise there. You might pick him every week for 3.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
I know why.
I just
Sucks.
love knowing the standings like right away on Friday. It's like we don't have to worry about all this late round jockeying bullshit.
If you have the winner, you get one extra. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like, having to do the math of, he's got a 47 and a 23 and a missed cut. It's just like, no, you get your points, you move on.
And if we start cooking like we kind of were in week 1 there,
Parlays.
guys are going to be doing it. Guys are going to be piggybacking off of us here. And you're welcome.
Yeah. But that's the problem is not all guys are available for making the cut bets.
But then you just bet them top
40s. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do top 40s. I'm going to try that this week. So.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys got anything else? Sub-hour without Harv.
No.
Pretty much the 5 minutes from him not being here for his week.
Go Vikings?
They are
go
they
Rams.
are cooked.
Go
Go.
Rams.
What's next week then?
Well, there's Pat Mahomes.
Go Rams. Go Commanders. Nah, Commanders or
Yes.
Lions.
Yeah, Durs.
Bills and
Harv's a
Chiefs.
Commanders fan. I got to cheer for the Lions.
Bills and Chiefs.
Bills and Texans. Clearly.
Texans.
Who was not cheering for the Texans in that game?
What? Everyone wants to see the winner of Allen Jackson versus Mahomes. Everyone wants to see that in the AFC Championship.
They've seen it enough.
I will
It's on
say
Bills
every
Chiefs
year.
every year.
I'll say it next week, but I am saying with absolute certainty that the Chiefs are not playing the Super Bowl. There's just no way.
You're trying to go down that
I just
reverse
don't.
jinx.
It's not a
thing, eh?
reverse jinx. I just don't. There's just something off
nice
about
cup.
them.
They're
I just
at
don't
home,
have that
man.
feeling.
They're at home.
Yeah,
all
they lost to the
throughout.
Bengals at home. They lost to Patriots at home. They were at home every
that
year in
was
the AFC Championship. They didn't go
Ages
to.
ago.
They haven't went to 6 straight Super Bowls. They lose at home, and they've hosted 6 straight NFL or AFC Championships. They're going to lose another one. You agree with me?
No. If they were playing anybody but the Texans, I was taking whoever they were playing.
Chargers?
Yeah. So
Yes.
but
They
I'm saying
stink.
Doesn't matter.
I'm saying next week you are not taking them.
No,
in the
no.
AFC
I'm saying
Championship.
if the Chiefs were playing anybody but the Texans this week, I would.
Well, you want them this week already losing.
Well, I mean, he hasn't played in what, a month?
Yeah, but
I
they
don't know.
should have a cakewalk
Should
over.
have
them.
Here's the
some
thing:
rest.
the Ravens
Now,
are
yes.
the Ravens are going to beat the Bills, and Lamar's going to get dinged up, and then you're going to have a cakewalk.
I don't think so.
That's
what's
what's going to happen right there.
I don't even know
He's
which
already
team.
dinged up.
I don't even know which team I'd rather play to even have a chance of winning because I don't think they can beat the Bills.
They can beat the Bills. The Bills aren't that good.
The Bills actually aren't that good. I would rather play the Bills,
Yeah.
but there's something about Josh Allen this year. I feel like he's going to beat the Ravens and then the Chiefs. I don't know if they'll get that Super Bowl. They should, but I just got a feeling that Allen's getting them to the Super Bowl.
The Rams.
Would it be hilarious?
The
though,
Rams
if-
might win the Super
Can you
Bowl.
imagine if Josh Allen gets them to the Super Bowl and they lose another one?
I wanted Bills Vikings because that would have been awesome.
Bills Vikings would be perfect.
Yeah.
Two tortured franchises. The only problem is one of them continues to get tortured.
I mean, Bills Lions would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Because that's some droughts.
Bills Lions would be a good Super Bowl.
Yep.
All the stories.
But it's
Worst-
going to be the Chiefs.
So I got a question for you. I just got a text. What's a worse flame out, the Steelers or the Vikings?
Oh, it's the Vikings for sure. They're
Well, the
14 and
Vikings
3.
are 14
Has to
and
be the
3.
Vikings, right?
They got screwed by the. I mean, I guess they didn't really.
It is what it is.
Yeah. All right. And with that, we'll be back next week. But until then, it's time for us to hit the clubhouse.